Hello and welcome to the Vegan FTA channel. I'm Elle, and here we cover some articles that are covered on veganfta.com. Please subscribe over here so you can stay in the loop of all news vegan for the animals. And if you're interested, do consider signing up to our newsletter so you can stay in the loop there. Our first story is man fined for attempting to body slam orca in New Zealand. A man has been fined $600 by the New Zealand Department of Conservation for trying to body slam a whale in February 2024. A video of the incident was posted on Instagram and a member of the public reported it to the authorities. What do you think? Is $600 an appropriate penalty for what this man did? And you can see the video here and make up your own judgment.
Where did it go? I touched it!
Oh my god, it's behind him! It's behind him! It's behind him!
He's up! Woo! Did you get that? He's there!
Yes, we got it! We got it!
Come here! Oh, that's huge!
There's one there! There's one.
The video, recorded in the waters off Devonport, Auckland, shows a man standing on the edge of a boat with an orca swimming beside and then jumping into the water, seemingly trying to land on the nearby whale and then saying, "I touched it. Did you get it?" On 21st of May 2024, the DOC shared the video on its Facebook page, stating the footage shows what appears to be a deliberate effort to touch or body slam the orca. The incident showed a shocking and stupid attitude to protected marine mammals. The man showed reckless disregard for his own safety and that of the adult male orca with a calf swimming near the vessel. It really is a shock that this orca didn't end up retaliating. This could have ended up being much worse for the man who decided to body slam the orca. DOC Principal Investigation Officer Hayden Loper said, as well as the initial attempt to dive onto the animal, the man stays in the water and then swims toward it again in a second attempt to touch it. This is stupid behaviour and demonstrates a shocking disregard for the welfare of the orca. It is extremely irresponsible. Orca are immensely powerful animals, and this really could have ended horribly, with either the startled whale being injured or the man responsible being harmed by the aggravated animal. It is a clear breach of the Marine Mammals Protection Act. Orca are classified as whales under the conservation legislation, and it is illegal to swim with whales or disturb or harass any marine mammal. It could have indeed ended horribly, and it already was horrible in the first place. It's a wonder what could have possibly going through this man's head. Was he in that moment just commodifying animals and subjecting them to his whims? Maybe he felt like it would be a cool thing to do? To body slam an orca? I guess we'll never know what was going through this man's mind, but one could argue it was nothing sensible. According to The Guardian, New Zealand orcas can be found throughout the country's coastline, but they are classed as nationally critical as the population is just 150 to 200. We thought we'd share this ridiculous story with you. Time and time again we see people intervening with animals in these bizarre and thoughtless ways, not really taking into account how that might affect the animal, viewing them as not individuals and viewing them as just things to do things to, means that these bizarre stories end up coming to fruition. Please do let us know down below what you think of this story. Our next story is Danish court rejects vegan woman's hospital discrimination claim. On 23rd of May 2024, a district court in the Danish town of Hillerød ruled that the administrative unit overseeing hospitals in the region did not discriminate against a vegan woman when they failed to offer her adequate vegan meals during her stay at the hospital. Mette Rasmussen and the Vegetarian Society of Denmark filed a lawsuit after the hospital she was admitted to during her pregnancy in 2020 did not provide full vegan meals, only side dishes such as plain rice, baked carrots, and celery. The district court ruled that the hospital had not been discriminatory because it had provided some vegan food. Rasmussen could have brought her own meals or asked relatives to bring food in, and there was a 7-Eleven store on the hospital grounds where she could have bought food. This is just a curious thing for hospitals to not be catering to their patients. Food is such an important component of health. You'd think they'd be offering something that was adequate for everybody and ensuring the health of their patients while they're there. Rune Christopher Dragstall, the Danish Vegetarian Association's general secretary, said, "Of course, public institutions must not discriminate against citizens on the basis of their ethical beliefs. And we think that is clearly the case when in a hospital there are 14 meat dishes and no vegan dishes, but only side dishes. We continue to fight on behalf of all the country's vegetarians and vegans, and we continue to fight so that everyone can get nutritious and filling plant-based meals in public kitchens." And again, the need for nutritious meals is paramount in a hospital. Rasmussen said, "I honestly cannot understand that all hospital kitchens cannot prepare nutritious vegan dishes that can benefit all patients, since they have an entire menu full of meat dishes. It goes against all recommendations to let sick people live on side dishes during their hospitalizations. For me, it would be the obvious and easy choice to make a few delicious vegan dishes that everyone can eat. In this case, the hospital does not even follow its own meal policy or dietary guidelines set by the state. I think it's crazy that they are allowed to do that." This happened even when, on the 8th of February 2024, a lower court in the city of Denmark granted the vegan movement a milestone victory by ruling in favour of a couple who sued a kindergarten and a municipality for discrimination against their vegan daughter. For the first time, a Danish court acknowledged that vegans have the right not to be treated worse than people without vegan convictions who are in a similar or comparable situation. The court agreed that the child, due to lack of opportunity to be served exclusively vegan food in the desired kindergarten and the simultaneous refusal to bring her packed lunch, was treated worse than children who do not live according to a vegan conviction, since she was discriminated solely as a result of her vegan beliefs. It is just baffling that nutritious vegan meals aren't being supplied to someone during a hospital visit, bearing in mind Rasmussen was pregnant at the time. If nutritious meals are going to be provided for patients, then they should be provided to all patients. And if they aren't actually following their guidelines as is claimed, then that is a severe problem within the hospital. And it's confusing then that the ruling happened as it did. Those are all the stories we have for you today. I hope that one of them intrigued you, and if it did, then please check out the links below in the description and feel free to share them far and wide. We really appreciate those of you who are watching and enjoying these videos and smashing the like button. Please do so now if you haven't already. And do remember to go vegan for the animals, because they are who it means everything to.